mic check. What's happening, Wolfgang? We're back in the final. Oh, what's happening, Wolfgang? Welcome back to the Wolf Bottles YouTube channel where we're absolutely freaking smashing out this beach house renovation look. We are absolutely flying through everything, getting things ready for our pre-line inspection. Pre-line, you say? What's that for? You? Are you trying to freaking feel the freaking wind? There's no wind around here, bro.
No, you
It's
can
just
see
sun
my
straight in my eyes.
You can see my shadow.
Oh. Alright, but in this episode, yeah, pretty much we're getting things ready for our pre-line inspection. Make sure you stay tuned. You might think, how the hell are we getting a pre-line without any cladding on? Well, let me tell you, that's the whole reason we use this freaking eco-ply barrier. But first things first, we've got all our sill supports laid out. We're going to be smashing out sill supports and head flashings today. So, yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. I've been down the road, got some more flashing tape because I didn't order enough. Got enough, I'll show you in a bit, but we got a bit of scaffolding for the painters because they're painting up the fascias and soffites today. Bro, I'm such an idiot, eh? What am I even like that? Now, the reason we can just go through and we can stick our sill supports in where we need to is because we've already packed out the bottoms of the windows and managed to get our head heights all nice and straight, which is pretty cool, except for that one. But I've already done a bit of delegating, and I know when I pack that one out, it's going to be beautiful. Okay, sweet. So, Fabian, you got the screws on you or not?
Yeah. No.
Yeah? You got my square drive on you or not?
I got my square drive.
What? That's my one! Yeah, go grab it. Sweet, so we've got these 8G stainless steel, 8G, I don't know what the... We've got these H-gauge stainless steel screws, 50mm long, and we're going to be using these to fix in our aluminium sill support. Now the sill support pretty much does exactly what it says. It supports the sill. Now in this situation it's such a small window, it doesn't really need it, but if you have a look under here, we've got these plastic packers, and pretty much they protect the corner of the window when it goes in, and it also helps support the sill. So literally just going to go in like that and push it up. Oh, I better even it out. I'm going to be able to use my drain, my drains here to evenly space exactly where this needs to go. And then we got to put these screws in every 300mm. So we're going to go through and do that. On the bigger window, you'll see there's a plastic packer in the middle. So it's really only supporting those 3 points of contact. But we still have to screw this off every 300mm. So these are 50mm spacings. So I guess every 6 of those. Seems a little bit ridiculous, but anyway. We'll go through and we'll frickin' whip those on. I'll get a time lapse of Fabiano. And we'll go take those 2 windows out. So grab that step ladder and
Sweet.
put them out, and I can tape them up, and fucking Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what happened?
What's that?
Bro, when I went to go to the bathroom?
What?
Gee, I got stung by a wasp while I was sitting on there. Bro, my arms are on fire right now.
What?
I'm not even kidding. Went to go full of... I was like, what's that? Like, freaking... I pull my undies back up.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that kind of hurts. Like, what the hell is that, bro? I open it up, there's a freaking wasp in my undies. Head flashings. Look at this. Pretty much sits over the top, pretty much is exactly what it does again. It sits over the top of our joinery unit and it flashes the head pretty much. You can sort of see where that, you can sort of see what it's doing there. So what we want to do is we want to go around and I'm just pre-cutting all of these instead of going over there, putting one on, coming back, you know. So what I want to do is I want to measure all my joinery units, the length of them at the head through here, write them all down. There's a thing that we've got to take into consideration is our head flashing needs to hang past the edge of our joinery by 20 mil. So we just got to make sure we keep that into consideration when we're actually folding this up. Sweet. So in a normal situation, we would have this plastic packer that sits on the edge of this aluminium and would silicon seal it. But with the cladding system that we've got, that Newell E series, they've detailed us to fold these flanges up. And the reason being is there's a lot of stuff going in and around here, like flashings, different sort of extrusions and stuff like that, and it makes it easier for us to actually seal, and apparently it looks better. 20 mil here. The upstand that they would need is 20 mil. That's what they recommend, so that's what we're rolling with. I just use a bit of 20 mil cavity batten just to mark this side at least. Then I'm actually going to sit it on top, and I'm just going to put my pencil on the side and then just mark that across for now. Oi. Old school. Sweet, so now that I've got sort of my first part of my head flashing fold that I'm going to need, what I'm going to do, line that up. Now this is the most important cut, this one here, because we need it to be nice, straight and square. Sweet, now we've got that cut. I'm going to trim this tab off through here because we don't want that in our head flashing. Like that. And then I want to do another cut at the back of the head flashing like this. And then I get my folders. These are super old and bent and twisted, but they still do the trick. And I'm going to offset my folders maybe about 2 or 3 mil off my pencil mark that I made, and then fold that up like this. Get that out of the way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this top part off, because I'll show you in a minute why. Is because we need to run our tape over the top of our head flashing. It's going to get in our way. Then I'm also going to trim this section 5 mil off, 5 mil back. And the reason being is it doesn't need to be that 20 mil long, and it's going to affect our flashings. Then I just fold that up again, like that. I'm going to give this a bit of a tapper. You can just tap that back again. Just going to use that, my eye, to sort of make sure that that's nice and straight. Just going to grab my ruler. See this section right here? I just don't like the way it looks. I'm just going to follow the head flashing line like that with my rule, and just make a mark. And then I'm going to trim that off on a slight angle. For now, I don't know. I might do a little bit more once I. That. If you have a look on this side, you sort of see this, you're going to see this section through here, so it sort of lines up all the way through. Now I might do a little bit more work on that, but I just don't know until the cladding's in and stuff like that. Then we just repeat the process, just making sure that we're adding that 40 mil in. So my next measurement, what window have we got here? We've got window 10. So if I have a look on my handy dandy notepad, window 10, 1790. So I hook over that. I'm going to go 1790, and then I want to add 40 mil, so 1830, and then add another 20 for my upstand, so 1850. But just to repeat the process on all the head flashings. But the only cut I do is cutting the length on the drop saw. That's pretty much all I need to do, which is this cut. When you're cutting alley on the drop, you need to be super careful because it can bite. So you just want to make sure that your head flashing's nice and hard and fixed in place, and then you want to do nice slow cut. And wait for the saw to stop before you pull it back out. Otherwise shit can go POW! Oh, one last thing I wanted to say is I also use this to check that my head flashing's 20mm. Hard to tell there, but you can sort of see that it's flush. Stuff your face. Install time! Right by the mountain. So what I'm doing is, I should have a little offcut, but I don't have any offcuts. So I'm just using the actual head flashing itself, and I'm sort of pushing hard against the back flange and coming down and sitting down on top of the window there. Then I'm just going to put a little mark like that. And I do the same thing down here. And then I'm going to move it off. These long ones we're going to have to do a chalk line, you see. So we want to do a chalk line. What was that? Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Beautiful. Now we're just using an MS sealant to, because we're in a high wind zone or extra high, very high or extra high, extremely high, one of the 1700 of them, we have to put a bead of silicone between the top of the joinery and the head flashing.
Hey! They dust on you, eh? The longest one.
Okay, I'm probably close to 20mm there.
Yep.
Then we just want to slowly bring it down. Beautiful. Okay, I'm 20 there. Wow, just because I've got a... we want to make sure normally most of the time you either have a happy face or a sad face along there. Because it's so long, we've gone to the chalk line, but what's happening is the lintel could actually be in and out. Like, we planed the best we could over here. I know it was twisted as, so we're going to try our best. Now the reason I have nailed quite far back from the edge of the joinery here is because we still need to get a flashing that sits up underneath here and runs out over the top of the batten, and that just corresponds with the cladding system that we're installing. Yep.
Hey!
Oh! That was actually an accident, not gonna lie. Now we're just gonna seal up our head flashing, just like this.
Bit of essence.
Oh yeah. What the heck am I doing? Alright team, we're back on site this morning. Sun is shining right in my eyes again. Now, got these castellated battens, and we've ripped a bit of a back edge out of it, you can see that. And the reason being is we're going to be installing these underneath our windows, and it's got to sit up over the top of our cavity, our sill support like that. Now, I'm making it flush with the window opening itself. And I'm sort of going as hard up as I can onto that sill support. And I'm actually nailing through the sill support itself. I've actually already tried drilling the back of the batten out and then sticking it in, but I'm finding it actually better if I just install it like this and then give it a few taps. The screw actually gets embedded in the back of the batten, which is kind of neat, to be honest. Just need one more there. You can sort of feel where the screw sticks out, so stick it in. See, it's lining up with that sill support through there. Hey. Feels. I was just telling them that, like, we were trying to, like, this morning drill out all the holes and all that sort of stuff, trying to do it like the right way as you would. And then we tried it like the hoary way and it frickin' worked way better. Like the batten sits way nicer, eh?
Yeah, way better.
Like, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what the heck?
Goes to show you there's many different ways.
Oh, that's right. Woo! So Fabian's going through and cutting battens flush with the bottom of our castellated, and then at the top he's got a 55-degree angle on the top of the batten, and the reason being is we've got a flashing that sits up underneath the head flashing and runs down, and that's going to prevent any water from ever leaking through the head flashing detail and damaging the framing inside, which it's never going to do anyway, but it's going to run down if any water does get through and come out through the bottom of the building. Want to make sure our battens are nice and flush here because we've got aluminium extrusion going around the outside of that to finish off our new wall system. But that's pretty much it for the outside, I think, regarding our pre-line inspection. I think that's all we need to do. I've never actually used this Eco-Apply system regarding the pre-line inspection, but I know it can be done. Got all our tapes done, we've got it all nailed off, got all our battens and our head flashings in around the windows, so I'm pretty sure we're pretty safe. Hopefully you don't have to have all the cavity on. And it seemed a little bit silly because we've got horizontal battens going on, so yeah, it's pretty cool that you can actually use this system to sort of move forward with the inside stuff, like putting jib board in, insulation in, etc, and once that's done, the plasters and the painters and all that sort of stuff can happen while you're working on the outside cladding. So pretty interesting, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think we're going to move inside and, you know, west side to the world. Old Fabiano. Fell for the hole in the hammer trick.
What can I do, mate? What can I do?
Just gave Fabian a bit of shit for his hammer ringing. You know, sometimes they have a bit of a like ding, ding when they're new. We said, oh, there's a hole in your hammer. That's why, and he's fucking trying to look around and fucking find it. Anyway, we're going to start doing some windows in the master. Look. Alright, I will go grab the camera stand and then be back. Sort of done the hard yards in regards to making sure that the sill is nice and level. And we've also lasered the sides to make sure that our window is actually square. So we've got the two corners pretty much packed out, and then on this one I actually did the middle as well, which is quite cool. Now I'm just going to check for level. I should put my next screw in. The maximum spacings for our screws are 450 mils on centre like that. So I've got, what are this packers between these two here? 1100, so I'm not going to quite get one in the middle. So if I just go 350, should be 350-ish. Now, get our big box of packers. we just pretty much use the level as a guide to making our sill nice and straight. We want to be trying to get rid of, I don't know if you guys can see that little bit of light through there. Goal is to have it so there's no light showing through all the way along. So it does take a bit of fiddling around, especially with these windows, new windows that are going into old holes. It's sort of difficult to get perfect, but so I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm going to move to the other side. It's quite good, those screws give micro adjustments when you pull them in and out, which is really good. Now just double check this for plumb. Different. We actually aren't allowed to put any packers in there, and that's just going to allow the lintel to move up and down if it needs to. You can do it a few ways. You can put packers in there, screw it up, and then take the packers back out. But you can also do it just this way as well. I mean, it's probably a little bit dodgier, I guess, but woo, beautiful. And then the architrave and the foam sort of, perforated and foam sort of hold it. Fabian, shit. Alright. Might be time for a swim. Okay, sweet. So what's happening is we've pretty much fucking screwed up all the windows. The studs, fuck's sakes. Fucking cut. Between the gap. Between the gaps. Oh my gosh. Once the windows are fully screwed off, plumb, square, beautiful, we need to put some of this perforate in. And it's just pretty much to stop any of the foam, the perforate in, and we can put it in between this gap right here, all the way around. You can see, perforate. And it stops our expanding foam from going all the way through. And it gives a seal between the outside and the inside as well. So yeah, pretty mean. I'm not going to foam till tomorrow morning, I don't think, because we've got to hit insulation in here. We've got to get all the ceiling insulation in before we fucking get home. So that is going to be an absolute nightmare. I can't do any of the rondo system because west sides of the world. And so we're going to blue strap the ceiling, put the insulation in, and fucking take these braces down. We don't need these freaking braces on anymore because everything's tied in together. Yeah, I'm out of here.
It's like I've been waiting around for you. Why did you take so long to come to me? Maybe you were waiting around for me.
So we're having to install 2 layers of R2.6 ceiling bats to meet the requirements of H1 standard 17,500. Nah. Huh? No, we're gonna need more bats. Yeah, I know. Fuck's sakes. Fucking hell. There goes my whole freaking plan. They only found out at 7 o'clock at fucking night.
It's not
Backbones. So anyway, we're putting 2 layers in. We're trying to expose the wire, the light wire, the light cable for the electrician, and they come in a 400 wide bat, and it fits snugly between our 900 center. Fucking. Oh, fucking hell. Our 900 center trusses, so fucking what am I going on about? Oh, we're gonna load the rest of this in anyway. Aye.
Some kind of magical woman. My love's for real. I need to show you right
Oi.
now. Take a look
This guy's gonna be working with the dark. I'm listening to sad songs.
Alright, I've just been all the way to Kirikiri to grab some more roof insulation. They only had R3.2, but that's fine. More the merrier, more R ratings the better. Now, Fabiano's been smashing this out. Bit of insulation here and there, eh? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know if we're going to get this, but we'll try. We're going to try our hardest, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
That's right. As long as you try your hardest,
That's all that matters.
that's all that matters. Yeah! Oh, fuck! Oh, it's probably not a good look, but... Bro! Okay, we did it. So the inspector was happy with what we had done. He could see that we're doing everything correctly. Got all the right insulation going in, all our head flashings, everything are all sorted. The one thing we forgot was the foam, and we've obviously just got this last wall to do with insulation, but he can obviously see that we're doing a pretty good job. So, oh my god, we did it! Bro, that was that's why we put that 7 o'clocker in. Oh, was it probably later than that, eh?
Yeah, it was it.
Fuck. Bro, you can see that we couldn't fucking speak. I couldn't speak properly yesterday, D. I was like, mate, I had 2 minutes fucking insulation in my eyes.
I'll tell you what, it was the end of the
Dude.
road.
Not anymore, the road's open back up. Okay, so what we're going to do is, what we forgot to do is put expanding foam in and around the windows. So the perf rod stops the foam from penetrating through outside this point right over here. So, but you know, if you're good, you can just do it without the perf rod. But the perf rod also stops any moisture or air coming through and attacking the foam, because the foam isn't really susceptible to external moisture, so the perf rod stops any external moisture coming through and deteriorating the foam, and then the foam is a good air seal around the whole window. So, bruh,
We did it.
bro, we did it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We fucking sort of all over the show, but we managed to do it, eh?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. So pre-line is done. Alright, so now we can actually go through and we can jib everything. We can put our rondo ceiling system in. So we made it work. Like, you know, we were meant to have the rondo up and we were meant to fucking have all this ready for jib, but hey, we still got it. We still got to load all the jib board in too.
Yeah.
Fuck. So, but yeah, we'll catch you on the frickin' next video.
Yep.
The next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We frickin' smashed it out. Heaps of fucking bits and pieces that we did, eh?
Bits and bobs.
Mean. Oh, actually, make sure you stay tuned for the next episode, because I made a massive fuck up. Now I'm thinking about it, eh? Oh,
yeah.
bro. Oh my gosh. Like, I only figured it out yesterday and I didn't want to mention it. Like, I wanted to save it for the next video.
Ah, yes, yeah.
But yeah, bit of a teaser. Big fuck up. But,
Guess
to the guess in the comments, and to the clients, I'm sorry, because they watch this too. So it's nothing. It's not. It's you know. It's something that cost me money, so it's not bad. But as long as I picked it up before it got ahead of itself. So woo! Later, Wolfgang.
Boosts.
Oh, I forgot to mention. It looks like that's all you need to do to achieve pre-line inspection on the external side of things with the EcoPly. Tapes, head flashings, patterns around the side of the windows. Boom skis!